This first in a series of tutorials for Maxwellton Primary School, Primary 6 class. We're going to be making a car racetrack game, but the first thing we have to do is to choose a sprite. So we're going to look at two different things, choosing a sprite from the ones which are already on Scratch and actually making our own. So the first thing we need to do is get rid of this little cat. So if I right click on the little cat at the bottom and click delete, we get rid of them. And then if I go to this little button here, it says choose new file or new sprite from file. So I click on that. So usually it will show you that screen. So we go to transportation, and then we've got a list of cars, bikes, aeroplanes, other things that we could possibly use. I think I'm going to go for this little yellow convertible. So I double click and it comes up. It's a little bit big, so I want to right click on it, and once I right click I have the option to resize the sprite. Then if I click on the little arrow and drag it, I can drag it smaller, drag it bigger. That's one way of doing it. Another option is to click this thing here and I can make it bigger if I want to do that, or if I want to make it smaller I can click on this one and then I can shrink it to whichever size I want. It's a little bit slower this way, so I prefer to use the drag method. Okay, so happy with that. So that's one way of choosing your own. Another option that we have here, sorry, I'll get off of that. Another option that we have here is to actually draw our own. We can use the paint editor. So I think the easiest way to draw a really basic race car is just to choose the rectangular fill option. I think I'd like a red racing car, so I'm going to choose that color there, and then I'm just going to do a little body of a car. Next I want to do the wheels, and they're black. So again, I'll choose the black option, and this doesn't really have to be perfect. It's going to be so small that we probably won't notice any of the differences. If the wheels aren't exactly the same size, I'll just do the best I can. But either way, it's not too bad. I'm sure you can spend a little bit more time if you really wanted to. Okay, so that wheel's a little bit long, so I'm going to see if I can actually rub that out a little bit here. That's about right. Okay, happy with that. So once you're happy with it, you just click OK, and hopefully, there we go. There we have our second sprite. Again, this one's a little bit too big, so I want to right click and then I'm going to choose resize the sprite, and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. There we go. So that's the end of part one. Oh, one more thing, let's just change the name. So I want to change the name of this red sprite, so I've chosen it at the bottom. We can see the image of it's up here at the top, but it's still called Sprite 2. I want to call it Red Car. And then if you wanted to do the same with the yellow one, you would have to choose the yellow one, and then here you could write, for example, yellow car. Okay, that's the end of tutorial 1 on how to choose or create your own car sprite. Bye!